From the Universal Studios in Hollywood, California, it's the 58th Annual Fernando Awards, brought to you in part by Spectrum Communications and Galpin Ford. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the president of the Fernando Awards Foundation, Mr. David Honda.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. We have such an evening planned for you, and I'd like to say thank you very much for attending. I would like at this time to ask the Honorable Robert Hertzberg to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Senator?
Thank you, Mr. President. Please rise, please. And before we pledge allegiance to the flag, I want to pledge allegiance to the 58 honorees since 1959. I can't imagine the thousands, millions of hours probably they've devoted to the community service, helping so many people who don't know their names, who reflect the honor and integrity of this extraordinary award. I don't think there's any other part of the county, no other part of the state that I'm aware of in my 43 years being involved in public service that has such an extraordinary distinction coming from a community that honors such extraordinary people. The flag is where? On the screen? Oh, there it is. The flag's on the screen. Technology. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you so very much. Please remain standing. Audrey Reed and all of the students here from CSUN were going to lead us in the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you very much, Audrey. Thank you very much, Senator. Your service to this community is much appreciated, and special thanks to Audrey. If you'd like to hire her, her phone number is, just see her afterwards, okay? At this time, I would like to introduce Mr. David Fleming, Mr. Lee Canaan Alpert, both past Fernando recipients, 1991, 1999, respectively. Mr. Fleming.
Well, thank you, David. Well, Lee, here we are together again. It's been a long time since we emceed the Fernando Awards.
You know, David, we did it for 14 years. Our last time was at Fernando's 50th anniversary in 2009, right here at Universal Studios, if you all remember. That was the night we honored 50 Valley not-for-profit organizations. What a great evening we all had.
Sure was.
Dave?
You know, before we introduce our distinguished guest tonight, Austin Butner is going to MC the awards. Permit me, if you will, Lee and I to say a few words on behalf of Fernando. And this is not just about the former Fernando recipients, but about all of the nominees tonight. You know, some people have the impression that winning the Fernando Award is like winning a race. Nothing could be further from the truth. Races end at the finishing line. There is no finishing for Fernando. Now, I received the award 25 years ago, Lee 17 years ago, and in those intervening years, Lee and I have individually volunteered more time and served more in need than we ever did to win the award back in 1991 and 1999. And it ain't over yet. Receiving that award, thank you. Receiving that award was just the beginning. It filled one page of a very thick volunteer book that each of us have and add to every single day. And that book reflects ultimately our life's work and caring. So for all of us who have been or someday will be honored by the Fernando Volunteer Award, we want you to know that volunteerism is inseparable in our bodies. It's part of our DNA, and that really belongs to everybody forever. Thanks. Now, Lee, introduce Austin.
Thank you. Thank you very much, David. Let me just split from the script and just tell you how pleased and comfortable and how wonderful it is to be back here again with my good friend Dave Fleming doing this. Those years were great years, and we loved Fernando, and we still do today. It still is important as it was back then. And so let's now talk about our MC, who's a pretty special guy himself. Austin Butner was raised in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Mickey, he's another Michigander. That was back when the water was okay to drink in Michigan, all of Michigan. But you know, Austin will shortly tell you the project that is closest to his heart. It's his Vision to Learn Foundation, which is one of our guests from Motown Records in Detroit. Tonight was so proud, Austin, to hear that you're bringing it to another state, to Michigan, to Detroit, as was I. He created this in 2012 on his own, from his own money, from his own, intent, and it's just an amazing organization. But let me say no more about it, and let me have David Fleming tell you all about Austin and the foundation.
Okay.
David?
Yeah, thanks, Lee. You know, Austin is a guy who does his homework. Where he sees a problem, he studies it, he researches it, and after fully understanding it, proceeds to solve it. A short time ago, one of his investigations uncovered something that most of us never knew before. Get this, 1 out of every 5 kids in this country has significant vision problems. 20% of the kids in K through 12 can't see very well. I never knew that, but Austin uncovered this fact. Some have severe vision defects. It's not just that they can't read what's on a blackboard, they can't even see the blackboard. Others have lesser vision problems, but problems nevertheless, such as object being blurred or indistinguishable, resulting in substantial drawbacks in their ability to learn, whether in form of computers in front of a computer, or reading a book, or in a classroom. The fact is, you can't learn what you can't see. And the sad part of it is most of these kids themselves are not even aware that they've got a problem. I mean, let's face it, when we were really little, 3, 4, 5 years old, We saw things, and we assumed everybody else had the same vision that we did, whether it was good, bad, or indifferent. We didn't really find out differences until we got into school. Now, who are these kids? Well, primarily they come from poor, underserved communities where their parents, if they're still around, cannot afford to buy them glasses or to give them a medical or an eye exam. These kids wonder why other kids in their class, kids who can see clearly, are quick to learn and they can't. So what happens to vision impaired kids? They fall behind. First, they're categorized as slow learners, and then they're put on a special ed class. And eventually, many wind up just plain giving up, dropping out of school, and lost for a lifetime. It's not because they lack basic intelligence, it's because they can't see clearly, and they therefore can't learn. It's not their fault. They want to learn, it's just that they can't without help. Well, we know the answer. We now understand the problem. These kids need glasses, glasses specifically designed, precisely ground, and fitted to their eyes so their vision can at least achieve close to 20/20. As we said, they come from poor surroundings, and most of them can never afford glasses or even have their eyes tested. Vision to Learn, which Austin found, is stepping forward, not just here in Los Angeles, not just to California, but as you'll see in state by state, to help these kids, and they help them with free glasses so they can finally realize their potential. Please, if you will, watch the video and you'll see Austin's foundation, how it's helping kids. So pay attention to the video. It's a very interesting short presentation.
Before I had my glasses, I didn't volunteer to read anything. I had trouble reading a lot. Every night I used to read stories to my little sister. Before I got my glasses, I couldn't read it. I could read it, some of them with those big letters. But the small ones, the books with the small letters were always her favorite ones. I didn't tell my mom I needed glasses because we didn't have a lot of money. So I didn't want her to go out and buy some glasses for me because I thought it was way too expensive. I was excited because the vision bus was going to give free glasses, and there are some families in the school like mine that don't have a lot of money. So I felt that it was a nice organization. These frames caught my eye and I thought they were really pretty, you know. And I like pink. Now that I have my glasses, it's easier for me to read. My grades have gotten up. It's been helping me a better student because reading is part of my education. It makes me feel like I'm part of something bigger.
Austin, what a difference that's making. You saw that van. That is now designed as an exam room for kids for vision with state-of-the-art equipment. So when that kid has the exam done, they figure out how the glasses are going to be made. They make the glasses. They give them to those kids free. And if they break a pair, they get another pair free. And I'll tell you, Austin came up with a great idea. Some kids get a pair of sweary glasses, but they got Dodgers, they got the Rams, they got everybody, anything they want on those asses, including their own school logo. And I got to tell you this, that these vans cost a lot of money. And Austin has put up that money for those vans and gotten several, I should say, donated. And it's working all over the country. They just opened in Michigan, as Lee said. They're in Maryland, they're in Iowa, they're in Hawaii. Pretty soon, this is going to be a nationwide program. And I'm personally honored to serve as a trustee of Austin's Vision to Learn board. In my mind, this man is the epitome of what the Fernando Award is all about. He's given freely thousands of hours and huge amounts of money out of his own pocket to save kids who until now were lost, ignored, and forgotten. For the first time in their lives, these kids will get a real chance to learn and therefore a real chance to succeed, and it's happening right here in this valley. So please join Lee and me in welcoming one of America's premier volunteer philanthropists who's generally donated his time and is with us tonight to MC this program. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Austin Butner.
Thank you, Lee and David. You're too kind. Generally, at an event like this, when Maria, the little girl's name is Maria, I try to be as quick as possible because that's a tough act to follow. So it's really my pleasure to be here tonight, and it's my pleasure to be part of this Fernando ceremony. I was raised, as Dave said, by a dad who came to this country fleeing the Nazis on a boat and a mom who taught school. But the ethic in our house was to give back and your community gets better. And that's what Fernando's all about, and so it's really a privilege to be here. It's also my privilege to introduce my friend David Honda, who will tell you a little bit about what the evening is going to be about. And I want to thank David for allowing me part of this procession this evening. David.
Thank you very much, Austin. And thank you very much, Lee and David. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, honorable elected officials, past recipients, and honorees. Tonight will be a memorable, entertaining, and learning experience for all attending. We have planned for you a continuation of the new Fernando Awards. Our theme this year is Volunteerism is the Rent You Pay for Existence on This Earth. As you have read in your program, the 13 nominees are dedicated to the theme. They have set a path in their lives to help others without looking for anything in return but a smile, a tear, or laughter. True to the spirit of the founders of Fernando Awards 58 years ago, our board is committed to continue this tradition. The organization has broadened the scope of recognition from nominating one individual for a lifetime achievement of service above self, it's a Rotary quote, to next year in recognizing some of our corporates that also believe that their existence and bottom line is due to the employee volunteerism. Such companies as our board member, Mary Lou Chung of Kaiser Permanente, along with Target Stores, Farmers Insurance, who encourage their employees to volunteer on a company time. Altruism comes from the heart and soul of human kindness. I think that's a Honda commercial. Our other scope of recognition is from the families of Fernando Awards. In the past 58 years, we have had 3 recipients of the same family, led by Bert, Jane, and Carl Bachman. They are sponsors of the Fernando Galpin Ford Scholarship. There's only one father-son family, past recipient Fred and son, and our board member, Gary Thomas. I wanted to highlight this tonight to encourage others to look within your families for the opportunities to serve for the right reasons. There's an adage, desire is the starting point of all achievements, not a hope, not a wish, but a keen pulsating desire which transcends. We hope you encourage the next generation to take this big step. Let your sons, daughters, or friends not to be afraid to take the next big volunteer step. If one is indicated, remember, you cannot cross a chasm in 2 small steps. Next year, we will be seeking a grant, sponsor, or underwriter to establish a Fernando Award staff. The goal is to focus on leadership development for nonprofits, which will include board development, grant writing, and access to foundation capital. In our San Fernando Valley, we have over 500 nonprofits to help. I will close with this quote from Albert Einstein: "A person who has never made a mistake, never tried anything." I have made many mistakes in my life, but confident that this is the next big step for Fernando Awards. So with the theme of volunteerism, I'd like you to take a look at this very special video that we have for you.
Your voice is speaking, the message is clear. Will you listen, or will you fear? What is it saying? What will you do? Listen, and to yourself be true. So be the difference that only you can be, and help the world so that they can see. Dreams are real, you can show them how, and make it happen. Everybody sing, I stand tall, reach out and make a difference. Listen to your voice, be you and make a difference. Let me hear you say, what will you do? To yourself be true. We need you to make a difference. And well, I am making a difference. The wall started building, holding you in. It all stops now. Wake up and win. Your voice is speaking, your genius is there. It's who you are, it's what you must share. Things in life you were born to do. People reaching, dreams to come true.
I am a voice of difference, and I am a messenger of hope. I am a solution to freedom. I make a difference every day.
Stand tall, reach out and make a difference. Reach out and make a difference. Listen to your voice, be you and make a difference. Let me hear you say, I am. Let me hear you say, make a difference.
This past year, we had 2 Fernando recipients leave us. They've certainly left our community better for their work. Rose Goldwater and Richard Lehner. Let's take a moment to remember Rose and Richard.
Tonight, we would like to remember and celebrate the life of our dear friend, Rose Goldwater, who passed away earlier this year. Rose was a Valley leader, a lifelong volunteer, and the 2001 recipient of the Fernando Award. As a leader and pioneer in the West Valley, Rose always worked towards the betterment of life and education in the area. She merged businesses, community groups, and politics in order to create changes in working conditions. Whenever she would hear of a need, she would find a way to fill it. For example, when Pierce College needed money for additional stadium seating, Rose called upon local organizations and put together the first 4th of July fireworks. 7,500 people attended, and they raised the needed funds. She was a leader in local chambers and the United Chamber of Commerce. Rose was the founder of the Pierce College Foundation and involved with dozens of local nonprofits. She served on the board of the West Hills Hospital, Boys and Girls Club, and the Pacific Lodge. In addition to volunteerism and philanthropy, Rose was well known in the community as a businesswoman. She moved to the Valley in 1968, and the next year, with her late husband Nate, she opened and managed Quality Instant Publishing. Prior to that, Rose owned and operated a beauty salon and boutique and called it the Ladies' Room. Rose always said, "Family is number one." I couldn't have accomplished all I did without the help of my husband and partner, Nate. Her resume lists 22 awards, recognition, and the prestigious Fernando Award for a lifetime of volunteerism. Rose still holds the record for the most nominations for this recognition. She will be remembered as a tireless volunteer with lifelong dedication to the Valley. Our friends at Westfield have made certain that future generations will also know of Rose. They created the Rose Goldwater Westfield Community Service Award, and this year they named their community center in her name. And tonight, we are grateful that we had this beautiful woman in our lives, and we celebrate the legacy of Rose Goldwater.
As most of you know, our dear friend Richard Lehner passed away on Saturday morning, on Shabbat, the Jewish day of rest. This is quite fitting for a man who never seemed to rest. Richard was always plotting about how he could make the Valley a better place, whether it was raising thousands of dollars for AIDS research, or helping the underserved children of New Directions for Youth, or the sweet challenged children of CBI, or being an advocate for small businesses, or fundamentally changing the nature of the United Chambers of Commerce with his drive to acquire corporate sponsorship. This is just a small sampling of what he accomplished. He made these missions his own, and his passion was intoxicating. Richard Lehner was larger than life. His impact throughout the San Fernando Valley and entire city of Los Angeles is immeasurable. He touched the lives and improved the lives of thousands of San Fernando Valley residents. Many will never know of him or his name, but will live a better life for the life that he led. But I knew his name. I called him Richie. He was my friend, my mentor, my co-chair, my chosen family. He empowered me to grow, pushed me to do, and like so many of you sitting here, loved us unconditionally. Thank you, Richie, for all of that and more. You will forever live in all of us as we strive to be just like you.
Our hearts and prayers extend to the families for their loss and the community that Rose and Richard tirelessly served. I'd like to direct your attention to the screen. We're going to hear a little bit of the history of the Fernando and where this all began.
Since 1958, the Fernando Award has been the highest award of achievement for a lifetime of volunteerism in the San Fernando Valley. The award was originated in 1958, the brainchild of Valley business and community leaders who wanted to encourage community involvement. The first award was presented the following year in 1959 to recognize and promote volunteerism aimed at improving the quality of life in the Valley.
Well, volunteerism is probably the one chance you have, the one opportunity you have to give back what you have received during your life.
You do it because there's a feeling that you get from seeing something happen.
These recipients have all worked many years to improve the lives of others. As volunteers, these individuals exhibited dedication and leadership in a wide variety of organizations, such as charitable agencies, community organizations, educational institutions, nonprofit social welfare groups, and business and civic organizations.
So there are so many of these places to go to. If you're in the business world and you're in chambers of commerce or all these other places, there's so many opportunities to pick something you like.
A variety of philanthropic and religious organizations, hospitals. Those are the things that I have been active in.
We honor 50 great volunteer organizations.
Well, I like to volunteer for whatever I can do, and especially in helping others.
What it's all about is the volunteerism, which is what I want to do.
I've always felt that it's very important to help those that need help, because it always comes back to benefit you.
You get something from it, and you have to be in there long enough. You can't just be there a couple of days or a couple of months. You have to stay with it.
Volunteering really starts from the heart. It's not something that you set out to do, it's something that comes from your heart.
Well, I think there's a breed of people that when they read the newspaper in the morning and they see the problems we're faced with as a community, they feel obliged to do something about it.
To me, winning the Fernando Award meant that I was being recognized by the community for the work that I had done on their behalf.
The Fernando Award symbolizes strength, courage, dedication, leadership, and honesty. Recipients demonstrate these qualities in abundance through their years of commitments in helping others. The image of an idealized Native American man was chosen by the founders as representative of the qualities recognized and promoted by this award. The founders named the award the Fernando Award, derived from the Spanish name of Fernandino, the name of several tribes who first inhabited this valley.
Now, a larger-than-life bronze statue of Fernando stands tall in the Van Nuys Civic Center, and a large obelisk in the Warner Center Park in recognition of years and years and years of volunteerism.
The leaders committed to helping their community are as essential today as they were when we were tribes living off the land.
Back in 1976, as it is today, the Fernando Award was the most sought-after award that you could receive as a recognition by your peers that you've served your community well.
Fernando Award recipients consistently put their highest values into action for the benefit of others. Recipients of the Fernando Award are outstanding individuals who have demonstrated leadership that will inspire future generations.
Our biggest benefit is receiving some nice thank you notes from different organizations, showing their appreciation and gratitude.
My feeling is very strongly that our future is with our kids.
There's so many people out here who do so many things. You never feel you do enough to qualify for the nomination.
I try to make a contribution to the community by getting involved in charities and being a little bit proactive.
The process of nominating recipients is open to all Valley residents. The Fernando Award Foundation provides nomination forms to be filled out and signed by the nominee and up to 6 nominators. A 14-person selection committee is appointed by the Board of Directors each year.
I think it's really important for parents and other adult role models to get their kids involved in volunteerism. That's the way it was in my family when we grew up.
Volunteerism is the rent we pay for our space here on life, and the goal is to just try to leave the place a little better than when we found it.
Even though I was born in Dayton, Ohio, I raised my 2 kids in Northridge, so I really am a Valley girl. And that is the reason why I've taken steps as the honorary mayor of the San Fernando Valley to help make the Valley a better place to live.
For 10 years, I was in charge of public relations for the Motion Picture Academy. Oscar and Fernando have a lot in common. They're both designed to recognize accomplishments and to stimulate further achievements.
There's always time to be helpful. There's always time to do something good. There are achievements by people around you that inspire you.
The Fernando Award Foundation also provides scholarships for graduating high school seniors who are active in community volunteer efforts.
One scholarship for $2,000 is awarded each year. The recipient of the Fernando Award has the privilege of selecting the school whose student will receive the scholarship. In addition, every year the foundation awards 10 scholarships for $1,000 each. More than $50,000 has been distributed to graduating seniors in recognition of their volunteerism in the San Fernando Valley. The men and women nominated for this award annually and their sponsoring organizations have benefited everyone in the community through their ideas and actions and have created a richer life for the community, residents, businesses, and families. The Fernando Award serves as a constant inspiration to tomorrow's leaders in the San Fernando Valley.
Over 600 Distinguished Valley residents have been nominated for this award since its inception. Past recipients of the Fernando are listed in your program, and we're fortunate to have several of them here this evening. I would like to ask all of the past recipients to please stand and be recognized. Thank you for your service. Now it's time to meet the 2016 Fernando Award finalists. The 13 individuals who are recognized here tonight are true winners because they are givers. They represent the thousands of hardworking individuals who donate their time, talent, and treasure on behalf of our community. Please welcome the finalists. Our first nominee, Dr. Yvonne Chan, nominated by Robert L. Scott and Richard Katz.
Volunteerism to me means tons of compassion and empathy for others. That's priceless. Now, I have learned it from the relief workers in war-torn China and the generous people who helped me make it in this country, the land of the free. So I must make others' life better and make kindness contagious, whether it's helping the homeless kids, building a healthier community, getting kids out of gangs, and getting them out of poverty through quality education. And you just have to do it all the time, regardless what, against all odds. And that's how I pay for this forever rent on this good earth. Free B&B, reservations not needed.
Congratulations, Yvonne. Our second nominee is Paul Davis, nominated by New Horizons and One Generation.
Hi, I'm Paul Davis. Thank you for making me a nominee for the Fernando Award for my 4th year. I hope not to become the Susan Lucci of Fernando Awards. They asked me to talk a little bit about how I got involved with volunteerism. That started for me in junior high school, then high school and college. I was always in some sort of service organization that helped work at the football games or helped put on events for students. That's always something I've done. So when I started my insurance business, it was a natural outgrowth for me to get involved with organizations. I started joining a Chamber of Commerce, then a Rotary Club, then another Chamber of Commerce, then on a board of directors, then a number of different organizations. To me, it's an integral part of what I do. I don't think I'd be happy if I wasn't doing something to help someone at some time accomplish something. So I've helped a number of nonprofits, and my goal is always to help a lot of nonprofits with my time and my money, but not to become one myself. I'm Paul Davis, and I've approved this message.
Congratulations, Paul. Our third nominee is Dennis DeYoung, nominated by LA County 4-H Program and CSUN.
Hi, my name is Dennis DeYoung. Thanks for coming tonight to support the Fernando Awards. I read somewhere once that you make a living by what you get, but you make a life from what you give. And I believe that all of us here in this room tonight have skills and characteristics and talents that we can give back to the community. And I believe it's imperative and it's important that we give back to the community in any way we can. And volunteering is one of the best things that we can do to guarantee our place in this community. So thank you again for coming tonight, and I appreciate everything you've done for the community.
Congratulations, Dennis. Our fourth nominee is Kevin Dobson, nominated by the Valley Economic Alliance.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for being here this evening. I've been a volunteer with the San Fernando Valley Business Alliance for a few years. Prior to that, I was the spokesman for the national campaign for hospitalized veterans. I'd go around the country and visit VA facilities around the country, meet a lot of volunteers. As a matter of fact, it's almost an occupation. If you think you can make a change, make the change. Be a volunteer. It feels good. Do the right thing. You do it for your family. Now spread it out a little bit. Be an example for all of us. Be a volunteer. You'll be glad you did.
Congratulations, Kevin. Our fifth nominee is Jerry Dye Lynch, nominated by the Great San Fernando Valley Chamber of Commerce.
The phrase volunteerism is a price you pay for rent on this earth is a great phrase. It reminds us that we have an obligation as citizens to do something for others. It's more than just fun and games. It's really important. We've been doing this, I've been doing this for a long time through our schools, our private schools, teaching children to read and write, and being volunteers in the community came very naturally. It wasn't really though until my son died, October 19th, 2010, that I was the beneficiary of a lot of love and support through a group, Shane's Inspiration, one of the many people that reached out. So I started volunteering for them. And I think really that payback is really what's important. Good karma, doing a deed for someone else, paying it forward. And I was able then to turn my sorrow into volunteerism in helping through the Connor Lynch Foundation and continuing to support the community. And it's big things, it's small things. It's really kindness. And after all, really kindness is what's important in making our streets safe. So we put down our phones, we put down our agendas, and we focus on the drive at hand. I think it's about making someone even just smile. It could be something that simple. Making someone's day.
Congratulations, Jerry. Our sixth nominee is Horace Height, nominated by Emily Roberts of the Empower Group of Companies.
Hi, I'm very honored to be here tonight and to be nominated for the Fernando Awards. I think of volunteerism as the ultimate exercise in democracy. And what I mean by that is that we vote once a year for elections. But when you volunteer, you vote each day to make the type of community that you'd like to live in. I was born in the Valley and I've worked here all my life. And whenever I've seen a need, I've tried to help out in any way I can. I've been in some wonderful groups like New Directions for Youth, the Valley Cultural Center that did concerts in the park, the United Chambers of Commerce, two chambers, the Encino Chamber and the Sherman Oaks Chamber. And I've found great reward in giving back to the community. So thank you so much for this prestigious honor.
Congratulations, Horace. Our seventh nominee is Johnny Higginson, nominated by New Heaven on Earth Ranch.
Hi, I'm Johnny Higginson. Service is the rent for being. It is the very purpose of life. It's not something that you can do part-time. I think it's so important to be an example for our children, to empower them to give them the desire or teach them desire to want to help others. And I think that problems can be solved by our next generation if we can instill in them good values and the desire to help others.
Congratulations, Johnny. Our 8th nominee is Judith Hirschberg, nominated by Valley Community Healthcare.
I've been asked to speak about what volunteering means to me and what volunteering is. And all I can tell you is that I was raised in a family that volunteered for everything. And I never thought about it before. But volunteerism makes you help other people, other things, other animals. Volunteerism makes you feel better about yourself. And volunteerism is good. It's a good thing to do. I've had the pleasure of being on many boards since moving to Los Angeles in 1974. I'm now on 5. I love the work they do, and I love the people I meet who are on these boards. And it's a good thing for the earth, and it's a good thing for me.
Congratulations, Judith. Our 9th nominee is Mike Quiroga, nominated by Valley Village and TCL for the Blind.
Hi, good evening. I am Mike Quiroga from Mike's Roofing and Building Corp. It's not how much money you have, it's how big is your heart to help others in need. To be a volunteer, you don't learn to be a volunteer. Your heart determines how much you're going to help others. And we can see in the San Fernando Valley with the Fernando Awards, there's so many people with the big hearts. And don't be forced to be a volunteer. Just do it by heart.
Congratulations, Mike. Our 10th nominee is Brad Rosenheim, nominated by Boys and Girls Clubs of West Valley and Lee Cannon Alpert.
Good evening. One of the things that I believe is overlooked in volunteerism is what one gains from being a volunteer. The ability to collaborate with new people, to learn new skills, to grow as a person, I think is one of the key factors of volunteerism that's often overlooked. And as I move through my career and my life, I'd like to inspire other people to volunteer, not just because they're able to give back to the community, but because they can grow as an individual.
Congratulations, Brent. Our 11th nominee is Carol Scherzer, nominated by Valley Women's Center.
Hi, I'm Carol, and I'm very honored to be considered for this award. I've volunteered most of my life, and because I think it's important, if you have a good life, you should share. And I've been happy to share my life.
Congratulations, Carol. Our 12th nominee is Dale Surowitz, nominated by the Encino Chamber of Commerce and Ricky Gelb.
The San Fernando Valley is a place where I grew up, a place where I've raised my children, and a place that I've lived my entire life. And we, as both business leaders and people involved in the community, have a responsibility to make it better, to volunteer, to get involved, to make a difference in our community. I've focused on areas, whether it be education, geriatrics, pediatrics, health. Make a difference in our community is, I think, what we have a responsibility to do, and we have a responsibility to make it great.
Congratulations, Dale. Our final nominee, lucky number 13, is Dennis Zine, nominated by the West Valley Warner Center Chamber of Commerce.
Good evening, and welcome to the Fernando Awards. I'm Dennis P. Zine, one of the honorees here tonight. I join other distinguished members of the San Fernando Valley who've been recognized and are here as an honoree for this great Fernando Award, the highest prestige of the San Fernando Valley recipient of the Fernando Award. One of us will be selected. May the best person win that. So volunteerism has helped me and my family, and my mom and dad who are looking down on me from heaven saying, Dennis, you've done well. And to be nominated for this prestigious award is an accomplishment in and of itself. And I'm very honored to be here, very honored to serve the many organizations that I've been able to serve with over the many years, and the contributions financially that I've made to these worthy organizations. So it's with that spirit that I'm here with my fellow nominees tonight. For you, the people of the San Fernando Valley, you, the honored guests that are here, to select one of us for the prestigious award, the Fernando Award. I thank you, I thank God for my many blessings, and I bid you all a lovely evening.
Congratulations, Dennis, and please join me in another round of applause for all of our 13 nominees. All right, the moment we've all been waiting for. It's a Fernando tradition for the previous year's recipient to present the statue to the current year's recipient. At this time, I'd like to ask Mark Levinson, the 2015 Fernando Award recipient, to join us at the podium. And it's also time to hear from Mike Mendelson, who will tell us how this whole process works.
Good evening. The ballots are sent out to all the chambers of commerce of the Valley, the benefactors, the patrons, the board of directors of Fernando, and all the past recipients and nonprofit organizations. The ballots are sent to our accounting firm, Anderson, Sadloff, Machado, and Mendelson, where we tabulate the results, and they are in this envelope for tonight's presentation.
It's now my pleasure and honor to open the envelope and announce the recipient of the 2016 Fernando Award. Would you all join me in welcoming and honoring Dale Serwitz?
I'll pin him.
Got it? Dale, congratulations. Thank you, Mark. Thank you so much. Why don't you hold this?
Okay, thank you.
Wow. First of all, I'd like to say thank you so much to the Fernando Awards Committee for selecting me, for honoring me first with the nomination and then selecting me. This award means a lot to me because I know what this award means. It really is a highlight of a lot of work, but it's actually the start, in many cases, as been said in the videos, of just getting it going. So I want to thank the Fernando Award Committee. I'd also like to thank Ricky Gelb and the Encino Chamber of Commerce for nominating me, and very, very appreciative of that. Thank you so, so much. Fernando means a lot to me because I think of all of the people who preceded it. I was so fortunate to be mentored by and be friends with many of the people who were past recipients. People like Lee Alpert, who is both a mentor and a friend. People like Ricky Gelb. People like Mark Levinson, David Honda, Gloria Pollack. The list goes to Carl Bachman. The list goes on and on of the wonderful people who have contributed so greatly to make our community great. Their passion, their enthusiasm is just absolutely incredible. And I see that same passion and enthusiasm for all of the wonderful nominees. Just to be selected among these nominees is truly, truly incredible, because I see both the inspiring and wonderful work. You see great people doing great things in the community to make a difference in our community. And I love the idea of paying rent, because paying rent is really what we are. We're here to provide service. We're here to make our communities better. We're here to make the San Fernando Valley great. And for me to take a small part of it, for my efforts to make a small part in making that difference, it really is pretty incredible. And it's something I'm going to continue to do. It's something that I also want to thank my family, because I couldn't do this without my wonderful and beautiful wife, Brenda. I also have my children. One of my daughter just had a baby, so she's not here tonight, but I have my son, Mitchell, and my wonderful daughter-in-law, Lindsay, so they can also see the great work that all of you do in the community and inspire young people to make a difference. So again, I want to thank all of you for this honor. It is truly, truly something that is important for me and representative of the great work that everybody else does. And just to be part of that group is truly incredible. So thank you so, so much.
Again, I would like to recognize and thank all of the finalists who are truly deserving of the honors they've received this evening and their accomplishments, and we look forward to their continued dedication to volunteerism in the San Fernando Valley. So thank all of the finalists, and can we have one more round of applause for them?
I think next year's winner is going to have big shoes to fill, so congratulations. Tonight would not be possible without the support of this evening's sponsors, and as I read them off, please stand if you're a participant or a member of these great organizations. Spectrum, Dean, I saw you around here somewhere. Galpin Motors, City National Bank, CSUN, Easton Foundations, Republic Services, Wells Fargo, and the Chinese American Culture Exchange Association. Thank you to the sponsors, the table sponsors, and a special thanks to Galpin Ford, which has enabled this organization to present 12 college scholarships to deserving young people. I might also add a personal note. Vision and Learn, that organization heard a little bit about. We are working very closely with Galpin Motors and Ford, and those vans you see rolling around are all Fords, and thank you for Galpin and your support in that program. So it's been a special night, and it's my pleasure to wrap the ceremony by giving a warm welcome to our event chair, Deborah Sable. Thank you.
Good evening, and you realize the only thing that's standing between you and dinner is me. So I will make this brief. I really hope you and really enjoyed this evening, because we had a lot of people who worked tirelessly to make this event so special. I have a team that we had. We had Gary, David, Manny, Marion, Florine, Raphael, Gloria, and Sim. We couldn't have done this without all of you, so thank you. Our sponsors. Our sponsors, well, what can we say about them? They really understand the meaning of what our theme is tonight. So thank you, all of you. I won't name you again because you were just named a few seconds ago. Also, I'd like to give a special thank you to our table sponsors, and a special thank you to our wine sponsor, the San Fernando Valley Fair, Lamia, who did those beautiful flowers you see in front of you, and you may take them home. Don't fight over them. Just somebody pick a number. And Bruce Waterman, our photographer. And a huge thank you to our Master of Ceremony, Austin Butner. And it was such a pleasure, yes. And it was such a pleasure for all of us to have our very own David Fleming and Lee Cannon Alpert grace our stage once again. So thank you. As you leave tonight, I just want you to ask yourself this. Are you paying your rent for living here on this earth? As you look around this room, it's filled with so many who have paved the way before us, and we hope to continue to do the same thing. It's up to each and every one of us to truly make a difference in this world and in somebody else's life. Look around you. This room is filled with givers. If you haven't had the privilege or the opportunity to volunteer your time, your talent, or your money with an organization before, I hope after tonight you'll take that opportunity and do so. Dig deep in your heart and find what your passion is, and then go out there and make a difference. Just like all the previous Fernando recipients and the ones that we just saw tonight, the 13. And remember, volunteering is the price we pay as rent to be on this earth. So again, thank you all for your talent, your money, and above all, your willingness to be a volunteer. Now it's time again to congratulate our new Fernando nominee, or winner, or recipient for 2016, Dale Surowitz. Let's eat.